Prairie Mosaic is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008, the North Dakota Council on the Arts, and by the members of Prairie Public.
Welcome to Prairie Mosaic, a patchwork of stories about the arts, culture, and history in our region.
Hi, I'm Bob Dambach.
And I'm Barb Gravel. On this edition, we'll hear stories about growing up during the Great Depression, listen to poetry read by a state champion, and enjoy the music of Jessica Vines. The Comstock House in Moorhead, Minnesota is a true 19th century treasure located in the heart of the city. Built in 1882 by Solomon Comstock, visitors year-round enjoy touring the amazing mansion and learning about the Comstock family.
It's kind of an odd combination of warmth and formality that I think is typical of the late 19th century. It's a beautiful location, it's a beautiful spot, nice and quiet.
This house is an 1882-1883 Queen Anne stick-style Victorian that was built by Solomon Comstock. Solomon Comstock was a very influential member of the Moorhead community.
Well, it's one of the most impressive houses in town. It's one of the few houses from the early 1880s, from a very critical time, the development of the city of Moorhead. Comstock, of course, very critical to the development as well.
Solomon Comstock was working as like a mid-level law clerk in the district attorney's office in Minneapolis, and he didn't really see a lot of opportunity for advancement. It was a case of too many lawyers and not enough positions, and so Solomon actually did manual labor for the railroad, the Northern Pacific Railroad, to get a free ride up here into Moorhead, and so he laid track for the railroad. When he arrived here in Moorhead, basically he was stuck because the railroad ended and he had no money to go anywhere else. He was actually in the right place, right time, sort of a thing. There was a saloon shooting between two individuals, Slim Jim Shumway and Stanley Chang Stanton, and an innocent bystander was killed. And at that time there was no sheriff, there wasn't really a law presence out here. And so the people of Moorhead were like, this is getting out of hand, and so they appointed somebody the first sheriff. Solomon Comstock was just in the right place, right time with the only person they knew with a law degree, and so that is how he became the first Clay County attorney.
1882 was a critical year for Moorhead and for Comstock. Both 1881 and 1882 were flood years, pretty bad floods. And Comstock's original house was located over on 2nd Street North, just in front of what's now the Yemcom Center in Moorhead. So he had a front row seat to those floods. I think that probably drove him toward building this house on the spot right here.
Solomon Comstock had the great fortune of being a smart man, and so he knew land is really where he was going to make his money back, especially as more people were moving to the Plains area. He bought and sold land, and he owned quite a bit of the land here in Moorhead. He obviously didn't need that land. He wasn't farming it, and so he would sell it to different people, but he also donated the land to Bishop Whipple, which became Concordia, and to the Moorhead Normal School, which would become MSUM. This house was occupied by the family for about 80 years. So it was built in 1883 is when they became occupants of it. And George Comstock donated it to the Minnesota Historical Society shortly before he died in 1965. And from the 1880s up until the 1965s, one member of the family lived here continuously. Now they had other homes in Moorhead. George's family lived in a different home, but they did move into this home eventually after his sister Jessie had passed away. So in the 1970s, the house was undergoing renovations. There was a group formed called the Friends of Comstock, but the city actually ran the house. They were the ones who maintained it. They had offices in here to give tours and just upkeep it. It was given to the Historical and Cultural Society of Clay County just a few years ago, actually, because you're so far away from the cities. And so managing this is hard for the Minnesota Historical Society, and so they kind of outsourced it. Minnesota Historical Society came in and brought it back to its Victorian roots. So it was no longer a Victorian home that had been updated in the 50s, it was back to its Victorian 1880s presence. And so they chose period-appropriate wallpapers and carpets to fill in the gaps that existed in the house. But luckily, because the family had lived here a long time, we do have a lot of their original fixtures and furnishings and personal items. So it does really give the house a little something extra. What we do to maintain the home is we monitor settlement of the house, we do bug checks, we have radiator checks daily during the winter time to make sure our boiler is running properly. We deep clean it twice a year, spot clean it throughout the year otherwise. And so it's really a labor of love though, because we love this house and we want it to shine for the community. Almost the whole house is open to the public, so we do show them obviously our main floor, which has a little bit of the grander features, but I think the real meaty stuff comes when you get up into the bedrooms. These are where their private lives, these are where they could be themselves. Ada Comstock could read and write by the time she was 5, which really isn't unusual because her mother had been a school teacher. And she graduated high school at the age of 15, and then she would eventually graduate from Smith College. And she went into education, and eventually she got her doctorate from Columbia. She just had a really long, very fulfilled life. She starts off by being the first Dean of Women at the University of Minnesota, and then she becomes the first president of Radcliffe College, which is a sister school of Harvard. And she served on something called the Wickersham Commission, which she was personally asked by President Hoover to be on this commission. And she was the only woman on the commission. We actually didn't know a lot about Jessie Comstock. She had apparently written her life story and nobody would publish it, so she threw it in a fire. But a group of Concordia students set out to find out what they could about her, and so they did a lot of extensive research and found out that she was just as educated as her sister. And in fact, she was one of the first in the family to go abroad. She studied abroad at Oxford University. George was the only boy. He was educated at Harvard, and he also served in World War I. But George pretty much stuck close to home after that. He did work in a bank for a while, but eventually he went into real estate like his father. He did marry a woman named Frances Fraser, and they had one daughter named Susan Comstock. Our Christmas tours are definitely very popular. I've always loved old houses. I think there's just that nostalgic feeling people like when they get to walk into old Victorian houses. But as I unfolded and learned more about this family and learned more about these women who were defying traditional Victorian norms, and Solomon, who poured his heart and soul back into Moorhead. He wasn't from here, but he loved this community and he tried everything he could to improve it. And Sarah also, she's the reason we have a public library in Moorhead. They were real people, but they also did extraordinary things, and I think it says a lot about the human spirit, and I think that's something that everybody can connect to.
German from Russia children growing up in rural South Dakota during the Great Depression were no strangers to hard work. When that one-room schoolhouse bell rang in the fall, it was like a vacation from the daily grind of farming. They knew that education was their ticket to a better life.
I look upon my childhood with fondness. I wouldn't want to relive it, but I am who I am because of it.
You know, the one thing about growing up in those kind of circumstances, we didn't think we were poor, you know. But when you look back, we were at poverty level. We were working for other people, and they had hired my father. My mother would take care of the cooking and things like that for the hired men and people. But at that point, Dad said they hadn't hired me. So now I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to milk cows or any of that stuff.
I grew up on a farm. It was a grain farm, basically. We had a variety of animals, cattle, of course, milked a lot of cows by hand. You worked from before sunup to long after sundown, and there never seemed to be an end of it. We looked forward to school. School for us was a vacation.
We were in a one-room school. The little one sat in the front, and we didn't have indoor plumbing. We had outhouses, and it was just a typical farm school, you know. They had a rule, the older children in school were supposed to speak English out on the playground. Everybody I knew was German, and we all talked German, and we just sat in the front row, you know, in school, and the older kids were behind us, and they all were being taught in English, so we kind of learned it.
I had an advantage. I was the fourth child, and so I had older brothers and sisters who were already in country school, And my mother was very adamant about education.
I went to 13 schools in 12 years, back in the days when people didn't travel around very much. It was a big deal to go to the next county. And, you know, I did grades 1, 2, and 3 in my very comfortable school. I went to Detroit. I started the first month in a big city school with all kinds of people I had never had any connection with in my life. I was afraid of them. I didn't know how to jump rope. I mean, we chased gophers. And came back, and then I lived in town for 2 years. So now I was a town child and running around the streets with the town kids, fighting the farm kids on Saturday night.
I graduated from Jackson No. 1, Happy Land School, all 8th grades.
There was no question I went to grade school. When it came time for high school, I had to fight. Because my dad, he didn't think I needed high school. Girls just got married anyhow.
My father would have had us conclude our education at the end of country school. He felt by going to town school, we'd just pick up smart aleck ideas.
I just knew I wanted to go to school, and I fought for it. I remember standing out in the cow barn while he was milking, arguing with him. And they finally said, well, you can go 1 year. I got my foot in the door. Never took it back out. I graduated.
My mother was very adamant about education. She felt that the world was changing, and in many ways she was a very foresighted woman. And she said all of the children must have an education, high school education. Dad's role was different. He had to providing for a family of 8, and with the Depression and losing his wife's farm, we became renters then, and it wasn't until after World War II, when my brothers came back from the Second World War, that we finally were able to repurchase a farm.
What kept me in school was that I wanted to work in an office. I had seen movies with these girls that worked in offices, and I thought, boy, that's what I want.
One of the reasons I think I eventually went into teaching was because of my 4th and 5th grade teacher. LaViolet Druitt was my 4th grade teacher. She liked us. She not only looked good, she smelled good to us farm kids. The sad part of it was Miss LaViolet decided to get married after the first year, but before she left, she promised that we would get an equally good teacher, and believe it or not, her sister, LaVon Druitt, became our 5th grade teacher, and she was just as good as LaViolet. Country school for us was escape from the hard work of the farm, the milking, the morning milking, the mucking of the barns, the hay in the winter months, and all of the other summer activities of shocking grains, stacking hay. Those were work days, and I was not a farmer. Happiest day of my life was when I finally got the scholarship to leave the farm.
Life is what it is when it's going on around you, and you just accept it as a child.
It was survival, it was existence, it was not luxurious, and yet we made the best of it.
Poetry Out Loud is a high school program that encourages students to learn about poetry, master public speaking skills, and build self-confidence. Emily Gilsrud of Wahpeton High School was the 2019 North Dakota State Poetry Out Loud champion. Listen as she recites Megan Married Herself by Caroline Bird.
She arrived at the country mansion in a silver limousine. She'd sent out invitations and everything. My poem was Megan Married Herself by Caroline Bird. And this poem was about a lady that marries herself and having this whole elaborate wedding. And then at the end of the poem, there's this guy named Derek that had before asked himself if he would marry him. And he didn't take the offer at the time. But after going to the wedding, he's like, I wish I would have done that. I love making people laugh, and when I'm doing theater and stuff, my favorite characters have always been the funny ones. So it was so fun doing this poem. Megan Married Herself by Caroline Bird. She arrived at the country mansion in a silver limousine. She'd sent out invitations and everything. Her name written twice, with ampersand in the middle. The calligraphy of coupling. She strode down the aisle to At Last by Etta James, faced the celebrant like a keen soldier reporting for duty, her voice shaky, yet sure. I do. I do. You may now kiss the mirror, applause, confetti. Every single one of the 140 guests deemed the service unimprovable, especially the vows. So, from the heart. Her wedding gown was ivory, pointedly off-white. After all, we've shared a bed for 32 years, she quipped in her first speech. I'm hardly virginal, if you know what I mean. No one knew exactly what she meant. Not a soul questioned their devotion. You only had to look at them, hand cupped in hand, smiling out of the same eyes. You could sense their secret language, bone deep, blended blood. Toasts were frequent, tearful. One guest eyed his wife hovering harmlessly at the bar and imagined what his life might have been if he'd responded years ago to that offer in his head. I'm the only one who will ever truly understand you. Marry me, Derek. I love you. Marry me. At the time, he hadn't taken his proposal seriously. He recharged his champagne flute, watched the newlywed cut her 5-tiered cake, both hands on the knife. Is it too late for us to try? Derek whispered to no one, as the bride glided herself onto the dance floor, taking turns first to lead, then follow.
Jessica Vines is a fresh talent who combines rock, pop, and jazz. She weaves thoughtful lyrics of everyday feelings into the bouncy beats of her original tunes. She tours the region regularly and enjoys performing in front of a live audience.
Oh, 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 where are we going? Oh, 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 no way of knowing. Oh, 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 let's give it a try. Oh, I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. You're wanting for something to hold on when the sky just ain't quite blue. But looking for hope can feel so wrong when you don't know what to do. We are trying to find our way to the top. I promise you the room never stops. Cause see the things that we've got to see. Oh, oh, if you wanna take a chance, come along. I got a plan that can't go wrong. Just grab my hand, come follow me. Oh, 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 where are we going? Oh, 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 no way of knowing. Oh, 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 let's give it a try. Oh, I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. Even though you're still feeling lost, there is no time to lose. So when you know know just what it is you want. The choice is yours to choose. We are trying to find our way to the top. I promise you that we'll never stop, 'cause we've got things that we've got to see. Oh, if you wanna take a chance, come along. I got a plan that can't go wrong. Just grab my hand, come follow me. Oh, 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 where are we going? Oh, 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 no way I'm going. Oh, 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 let's give it a try. Oh, I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. We are trying to find our way to the top. I promise you that we'll never stop, 'cause we've got things that we've got to see. Oh, if you wanna take a chance, come along. I got a plan that can't go wrong. Just grab my hand, come follow me. Oh, 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 where are we going? Oh, 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 no way I'm going. Oh, 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 let's give it a try. Oh, I'm not scared of falling apart. I'm not scared of falling apart. No, I'm not scared of falling apart. Yeah, I'm not scared of falling apart. No, I'm not scared of falling apart. I gotta let myself have one more night. Already feeling alright. I know that I cannot let this feeling go away. Wanting just to feel okay. I look away from all of the time that I wasted today, 'cause just because I let it go tonight doesn't mean that it is out of sight. So wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. Wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. Wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. We gon' mess it up. This might seem like it is what I do, never following through. Tomorrow is different, I'll prove it to you, 'cause even though I'm not doing what you say is the way, I haven't felt yet. Just because I let it go tonight doesn't mean that it is out of sight. So wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. Wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. Oh, wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. We gon' mess it up. Just because I let it go last night doesn't mean that it is out of sight. Just because I let it go today doesn't mean that I won't find a way. Just in case I let it go gon' mess it up. We gon' mess it up. Wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it, we gon' mess it, we gon' mess it up. Oh, wait, just wait till I'm sober. We gon' mess it up. We gon' mess it up. Oh, wait, just wait.
If you know of an artist, a topic, or an organization in our region that you think might make for an interesting segment, please contact us at prairiemosaic@prairiepublic.org.
You can watch this and other episodes of Prairie Mosaic on Prairie Public's YouTube channel and follow Prairie Public on social media as well. I'm Bob Dambach.
And I'm Barb Gravel. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Prairie Mosaic.
Prairie Mosaic is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008, the North Dakota Council on the Arts, and by the members of Prairie Public.